Depending on who you ask, AI is one of the greatest creative tools since the invention of the camera, or it's the beginning of the end for artistic expression. Most people fall into one of these categories, and there aren't that many people in the middle. If you go on social media, odds are you're going to run into some sort of AI content. Sometimes there's a lot of AI, sometimes AI is just used to enhance some visuals, and sometimes it's an entire paid-for ad with a fake person talking. AI has been used in creating small businesses, multi-million-dollar Disney Plus shows, Amazon Prime miniseries, Hollywood movies, and also independent films that have nowhere near the same budget. But before we grab our pitchforks and start freaking out, let's take a look at what is happening from a filmmaking perspective. Let's look at the pros and cons of AI, because the question has always been, will AI destroy Hollywood and the film industry, or will it just change the way that we tell stories? Let's dive in.
AI! Artificial intelligence. Yeah, I know.
All right, let's not sugarcoat it. AI is already here. And it's not just tinkering with lighting presets in your editing software or using ChatGPT to create a couple LUTs for your project. It can script, design, score, edit, and even perform. AI used to be unrealistic and kind of funny, like the original Will Smith eating spaghetti, but now people are using AI in the film industry every single day. In 2023, Secret Invasion made headlines, not for its story, of course, because it was terrible, but because Marvel Studios used AI-generated art in the opening credits. The reaction was less than enthusiastic, and fans felt it devalued the role of traditional artists. Marvel said it was a creative decision, Twitter said it was lazy, and everyone thought that this was the first step towards the end. But at the same time, The Creator, a film literally about a war between humans and AI, used AI tools behind the scenes to build out some of its impressive visual effects. You can have subtle AI like changing a voice inflection, or very obvious AI like Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, where AI was used to de-age Harrison Ford to be young again. Technically impressive, yes, but many fans felt it crossed into the uncanny valley, and it was like watching a video game cutscene with a budget of $300 million. Even Golden Globe Best Picture winner The Brutalist used AI in its dialogue to get the accent right for the main actor. But the thing is, these are just the beginning. We're already seeing AI-generated background actors being composited into crowd scenes, entire voice performances being cloned with software, fully animated shorts being made by a single person with text prompts and machine assistance. So it doesn't matter how much you don't like it or wish it wasn't here, AI is here, and it's here to stay.
This creature will curse us all if we don't stop it!
But before we grab our torches and pitchforks, let's take a breath. AI, at its core, is just a tool. That's all it is. And history tells us something very important, and that is every time a new tool shows up in Hollywood, people tend to panic. When sound entered the scene in the 1920s, critics said it would kill the magic of silent cinema. When digital cameras replaced film stock, people said that movies would lose their heart, and when people switched to editing movies on computers, film editors, like actual film strip editors, lost their jobs. And when CGI started replacing practical effects, fans screamed that the real was being erased. And yet, here we are. Still watching movies, still crying in theaters, and still arguing about whether Dune or Interstellar is the ultimate sci-fi epic. In the right hands, AI can actually be helpful, especially to a low-budget filmmaker. If you're an indie filmmaker with a budget smaller than a Starbucks order, you can use AI to generate concept art, create temp scores, auto-transcribe dialogue, and even build virtual environments for pre-visuals. That kind of access used to cost tens of thousands of dollars or require a studio backing you. What used to be available to $100 million budgets is now available to beginner filmmakers, which lowers the barrier to entry. Think of AI like a power drill. If you give it to someone with no vision or any idea of what they're doing, you might get a mess. But in the hands of a master carpenter, all it does is speed up the job without taking away from the craftsmanship or the final product. And that's what AI can be. Because when we think about AI in filmmaking, we usually think of the worst of the worst, and I do the exact same thing. entire shorts being made from a single prompt, those absolutely garbage Facebook ads that are trying to steal your money, or news articles meant to confuse you for the sole purpose of just confusing you. That kind of AI is and always will be irritating and annoying. And yes, I hate AI like that. Unfortunately, there isn't much that we can do about it because people will always take tools and use them to make slop. But as filmmakers, we actually use the tool of AI every single day, even if we don't realize it. Premiere Pro's Music Extend tool, Auto Reframe, After Effects Roto Brush, and Refine Edge tool. AI will analyze motions, edges, hair, transparency. Even DaVinci Resolve's Magic Mask, Dialogue Separator, and many other simple software tools like noise reduction, subject tracking, background removal, content area fill, auto-tagging clips by faces or scenes. All of these are very subtle AIs used as a tool. Because modern AI, deep in its core, is actually just machine learning. These are systems trained on massive amounts of data to recognize patterns and make predictions. So the film industry is terrified of AI taking over, but it's already being used. It's just hiding behind buttons that we trust, or tools we love, and workflows that we don't question. But as independent filmmakers, AI can actually level the playing field. For decades, Hollywood has been a gate-kept industry where only the well-connected or well-funded could bring big ideas to life. But with AI as a tool, a high school filmmaker with a laptop in Nebraska could create a sci-fi monster to put in his film that looks like it came out of a Netflix production. And we're not talking about entire short films made from a single prompt, but using AI as an aid to your project. Storyboarding, sound design, color grading, all things that used to take teams of specialists can now be created by one person. It's not perfect, but it's making access available in a way that we've never seen before. In fact, Disney just invested over $1 billion into OpenAI's Sora to allow you to generate their licensed characters inside the app. Disney is one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world, and they are aware of how fast AI is moving, and instead of trying to fight it, they're instead just trying to get ahead of the wave. But here's the part where things start to get dark, and where many of our fears come to life. While AI can be just a tool, it can also be a shortcut. And when studios start choosing cheap and fast over crafted and thoughtful, that's when the heart of a project starts to fade, and that is where you get into controversy. Let's go back to Secret Invasion. So instead of hiring a team of concept artists to design the show's opening sequence, they just turned to AI, most likely saving time and a ton of money, yes, but also cutting human artists out of the process. In 2022, reports spread that Bruce Willis had sold his digital likeness to a deepfake company, and that turned out not to be completely true, but it still revealed just how close we are to actors being digitally resurrected, reanimated, and reused long after they've left the industry or this earth. And it's not just actors. AI voice cloning is now so advanced that entire performances can be faked. The Roadrunner documentary about Anthony Bourdain used AI to replicate his voice for a few lines without informing the audience until after the backlash. Before he died, James Earl Jones even signed the rights of his voice away so that from now on, Darth Vader will be voiced by AI. Again, a very controversial move, because now there will no longer be actors who sound like James Earl Jones, but now they will have the voice of Darth Vader with just a few clicks on the computer. And of course, it's not just a creative issue, it is a labor issue. We're seeing early signs of AI replacing extras in crowd scenes, digital bodies rendered and composited without ever hiring a human being. This means fewer jobs for background actors, and if that becomes the norm, then what's next? Like an AI-generated lead actor? The line between enhancement and replacement is starting to become razor thin. The 2023 SAG-AFTRA strikes made this crystal clear. Artists want AI to assist them, not absorb them.
I look forward to all of the things that AI will do in the future, just so long as it doesn't get in the way of my members making a living.
You also have to remember that AI is trained on existing content, so films, scripts, performances, music, and so on. That means it's constantly recycling what we've already seen and heard. And if studios lean too heavily on these tools, we risk a future where every film starts to sound the same. The same character archetypes, the same plot beats, the same dialogue tropes, and it becomes harder for original voices to cut through the noise when machines are trained to mimic the loudest and most familiar patterns. And ironically, the more we use AI to generate content, the less original material there is for it to learn from. Creativity will start to eat itself, and that's when the tool becomes the trap. But let's bring it back to the heart of the matter. As a filmmaker, can AI actually be creative? The answer is still debated today, but what it can do is help you be creative. Most of us aren't scared of AI because of what it can do. We're scared of what we think it's going to replace. But there's a whole side of AI that's not about replacing filmmakers. It's about unlocking visual ideas that would have been completely out of reach before. Using AI to enhance something in your film that would have taken you 10 hours to create is something that is available right now. I've done that myself with tools like Higgsfield AI. So if you've already written and directed and shot a short film, like you've got your actors, your locations, and your lighting set up, the story is there and you've done all the work, but using AI as a tool to enhance, you can now generate elements like fire, smoke, energy pulses, or even stylized transitions from AI-driven prompts. Again, this isn't creating an entire story from a single prompt. This is using the tool of AI to enhance what you've already created. Or if you want to add a monster reveal, you don't need to build a $20,000 creature rig because you only have a $200 budget. Or how about something as simple as a real estate video that you were hired to create? You can get a drone shot and use AI to show a time lapse of the home being built, or just show what it would look like in different seasons. This would have taken me probably 10 hours in After Effects to create, but now using the tool of AI, we can streamline the process. What I like about Higgsfield approach is that it's not asking you to hand over your entire story to a machine. It's just giving you the tools to build on top of what you've already made. And that's the key difference. It's enhancement, not replacement. You still have to create, you still have to shoot, and you still have to film. But now you have access to tools that used to be reserved for productions with six-figure VFX budgets. And that's the kind of AI that I can get behind, the kind that puts power into the hands of real filmmakers, not to create from scratch, but to enhance what they have already created. The best example of this is from the short film Star Trek Unification. It was a Star Trek short film that's almost like a fan film, giving Star Trek fans the send-off for Captain Kirk and Spock that fans always had been longing for. But this wasn't created with a prompt. It had real actors, real sets, prosthetics, makeup, a cast and crew, credits at the end of everyone that helped. But AI helped with something that is only available to the top filmmakers, and that is to de-age William Shatner better than any effects I have seen come out of Hollywood. And because of that, the short film exploded, getting reactions from every single Star Trek fan, crying, sending it to all of their friends and family, making headline news, not because some AI prompt made something cool, but because filmmakers with heart and soul used AI to enhance what they already created. So whether you're trying to build a post-apocalyptic skyline, a surreal dream sequence, or just clean up a messy shot, AI tools like Higgsfield can give you the firepower you need to pull it off without compromising your vision or your wallet. So you're probably asking, what is the solution? And honestly, it's not cut and dry. It's not AI or artists, it's AI and artists. The future of filmmaking will most likely be a hybrid. In a recent interview about AI, Sean Astin said,
It's a tsunami. I would just as soon, as citizens and as a union, that we surf the wave.
To ride the wave of AI means that yes, it can be damaging in the wrong hands, but it can also be something that is an incredible tool for filmmakers if used correctly. Just like we use CGI to strengthen practical effects, not replace them, or use editing software to assemble footage but not generate the story. AI should strengthen the filmmaker's vision, not replace it. In fact, some of the best creative breakthroughs have always come from blending the organic and the digital. Think of how Gravity used virtual cinematography to simulate camera movement, or how 1917 stitched multiple shots to look like one continuous take. These are visions that the filmmakers had, and they used the tools they had to tell a human story. And that's the balance to aim for. The future isn't about choosing sides. It's not artists versus algorithm. It's about learning how to use the machine without losing the magic. It's about making sure the tech doesn't drown out the heart. And it's about remembering that stories don't just need to be told, they need to be felt. And listen, just because you accept AI or use the tool to enhance your own project doesn't mean that you're perfectly fine with all the AI slop on the internet. But AI is here, and it's moving fast. The filmmakers who embrace it strategically, thoughtfully, and creatively are going to be the ones leading the charge. And everyone else, they're going to be left behind. So if you're a filmmaker right now, here's the big takeaway. AI is here to stay, and ignoring it, unfortunately, won't make it go away. But using it without understanding it, that's just as dangerous. So get familiar with it, learn what it can do, and learn what it can't do. Try Higgsfield AI and take what you've already created and enhance it. Don't just create an entire story from a prompt. But the truth is that your voice still matters. Your perspective is irreplaceable. AI can write a joke, but it can't understand why you laughed at it. It can replicate a scene, but it can't feel your pain or your joy or your sense of justice and wonder. And that is what makes you a filmmaker. Not your gear, not your budget, being human. If you'd like to learn more about the art of visual storytelling, be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this. And if you're serious about taking your own filmmaking skills to the next level, check out tomorrowsfilmmakers.com, our award-winning online film academy packed with industry-level training to help you master the art of storytelling. Our courses are taught by leading professionals in the film industry. Join over 40,000 students just like you wanting to take the next step on their filmmaking journey, learning all the skills that you need to succeed.